Alright, I'm hella tired, but I've been procrastinating for too long on this, and I can't let dreams die, can I? So we're gonna hit it with the 1, 2, and the 3. What's up, guys? Here to talk about, so last 2 videos I did, I was covering the fact that I started a segment, and secondly, breaking down my original roster. While it is going to be a little bit of the second video again, I will go over the first week that I had in my fantasy. I know we're already in July, but I do want to go back and really talk about how my weeks kind of went going down, because to me that is interesting, because then I get to see all the stat lines with the people I drafted, kind of the result of it, how injuries kind of affected that, how certain teams were slumping. I definitely had some Dodger players that were slumping during that time, because it was the start of May when they were on a pretty bad losing streak, and there was really good players like people on the Tampa Bay Rays, and they were winning a bunch of games, and same with the Red Sox. So yeah, without further ado, hopefully people can hear me. I'm gonna actually move my keyboard and put this mic in front. This whole setup is a little questionable, so bear with me. I have my camera's audio going on. I actually just got a new camera. Got a sweet deal. Got to show people watching. Got an R6. So yeah. But without further ado, this week I was playing Team Car. It was technically matchup 5, but matchup 1 for us because we started later on in the season. And Team Car had pretty good players. We'll break down his players, but first of all, mine. So I had Andres Gimenez, Myers, Smith, Franz, Carnesworth, Higashioka, Bogarts, Kiermaier, Naylor, Verdugo, Lau, Mountcastle, Wong, Arenado. So out of that, we had about 68 hits per bats, and that was out of 261. So my average for that matchup was 261. So I think I drafted fairly well. I was hitting the 261 average compared to 262. So he beat me by that much. Crazy. On the pitching side, I was super proud of my pitching drafting, because I got Yasker Hinoa. Broke his hand. Luckily I had him before he broke his hand. Ryan Withers was on a crazy one. I'm not a huge Padres fan. I'm a Dodgers fan. But Ryan Withers, I like that dude. I think he got dropped down to AAA later on in June, but called back up because Snell went into the IL. Trevor Rogers, phenomenal. Aaron Sanchez, I have no idea what happened with him, because he was playing for the Giants. I think he was in the rotation, and then all of a sudden he wasn't. I think he went down with injury. They called up Logan Webb. Alex Wood was doing really well. Liam Hendricks, Glasnow, Gallen was doing somewhat well. So yeah, for the most part, my combined ERA for that week was a 3.24. Not the greatest, not the worst, but given that I had some pretty heavy hitters in there, I was kind of proud of it. Also, I don't see... Am I tripping? I don't see Sticky Boy. Where the heck is he? That is so weird. I have Cole on my team, but he's not on here. Unless I'm blind and I just don't see Garrett Cole. But he was definitely on there. I picked him first. But yeah, kind of breaking down that week, that matchup. I was really going up against players such as Chapman at that time. Bregman is just always crazy. Whit Merrifield is just always going off. Rosarino was slumping. Soler was kind of slumping. Contreras wasn't really doing that well with his average during that period of time. And given these are averages, I believe, for that week specifically, if I'm not mistaken. Because if I click on Bregman, alright, take your time, computer. Yeah. I think it's usually for that week. I'm new to this, if you can't tell. Machado was slumping. Kyle Lewis was doing good until he got injured. Machucking doing well. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like we had a fairly balanced out matchup in this. However, where I did lose was let's see, runs, ribbies, stolen bases, and average. Also, I just want to say the Dodgers, I love them, but they're horrible against stolen bases, and it's heartbreaking to watch happen. But it is what it is. You know, you ride with your team through thick and thin. I did beat him out in Ks and wins, as well as whips. So end score ended up being 5-3-2 for him, 3-5-2 for me, and that was my first loss this season. And I ended up using 5 of my acquisitions that week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna see if I can figure out how to look at my acquisitions that week. My computer's going super slow. Alright, as you can see, we're looking at that matchup. And yeah, I wasn't tripping. Garrett Cole was on my team, or is on my team. For some reason it wasn't popping up. Yeah. I don't know, this website's acting very weird. But for the most part, that matchup is pretty accurate to what it was. So yeah, that is just breaking down that matchup and how that's going. Let me see if I can find out my acquisitions. Autofocus on this nuts. Alright, so we're back onto this screen again. Let's see if I can figure it out. So I was going against Team Car, matchup 5, May 3rd. Damn, Trout is going crazy. Let's see. Alright, we can go by the days. That definitely helps a good amount. Yeah, so off the top of my head, I can already tell you what some of the acquisitions and dumpings were. I know that Drew Pomeranz is a reliever for the Padres, but I had to put him on the IL, or I think swap him out because he was going in and out of injury. Garrett Richards is another one that was definitely coming in and out of injuries and was kind of inconsistent. Also, this is kind of going back in time as to what happened. So today is July 8th, and Garrett Richards is in deep trouble because since they have really enforced on the substance ban, he's struggling. So best of luck to him, dude. But yeah, that's breaking it down. I remember this was pretty fun because it was my first time. I was telling my girlfriend a lot about what was going on and explaining to her, even though she didn't really understand. But yeah, this is really fun to me. I can't wait to kind of show you the next kind of weeks coming up after this one.